It's 2025 and Facebook. Hello, where have you been all of our lives? You see, folks, today's is my weekly update that I do for building of this YouTube empire or just business empire in general nowadays, right? And so I want to take a little scroll over to my favorite tab, which is my full screen, and show off a little tool that we have here called Facebook. Let me give it a good old refresh because I have a couple of things that's been working in the backgrounds since I made this brand new page literally 14 hours ago or so. And with this brand new page, obviously we have 188 likes, 217 followers. Yeah, we've started a Facebook page. Now, I started a Facebook page because I'm also have so much content that I upload on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram, and now even Snapchat as well. So yes, we're literally almost everywhere that a lot of people care about for the most part. And I'm not done yet, because I have a lot more plans when it comes to growing the reach of what we're trying to do. Now, a lot of people will be like, hey man, don't burn yourself out. Maybe you want to focus on only one platform, right? And I've gotten that a lot over the years, and I know what it looks like for me to be burned out. My burnout is essentially not doing anything, feeling like it's not even like maybe it is a form of depression where you just don't want to do anything. You just want to upload anything at all because you just feel like you have no energy to like edit or anything like that, right? So I know what that feels like, and I've had my bouts with burnout in the past days, right? And this is a plug. Yeah, I'm already telling you guys, but there's a one of these automation platforms that really, like, especially you guys know me, really is helping me is Repurpose.io. There's a couple other content creators out there, if you guys watch them, like Money Mind Unfiltered, that also use Repurpose.io. And I started to use it, and today I had like my onboarding call. But like, if you guys just look at all of these different platforms here, between YouTube Shorts, the TikTok, that we have YouTube Shorts, to Snapchat Spotlight, we're talking about for future content, for existing content. I even have like YouTube to like even Twitter. I made a separate new Twitter account as well for content, and this is what the purpose of Repurpose.io does, is essentially take all that content that I have, and with a push of a button, now it gets published to that platform. What I had to always do was consistently upload it myself manually, and there are merits to doing that. This just eliminates that as well, and I can of course schedule all this content. I'm gonna leave a link for you guys in the description bar down below. It is an affiliate link, so yes, if you do click it, I may earn a commission on it. Yeah, that is what Repurpose.io is, and this is one of the affiliate programs that I started to really dive into, because as you're growing your business, you want to start to look for affiliate programs and sponsorships and brand deals and partnerships. You guys know, like, the big four of becoming a YouTuber, because your YouTube content isn't the only way you can earn money from, right? But this is a platform that I believe will benefit a lot of people in the future. It definitely benefiting me, and I'm paying that that yearly plan on that one at that. But let me get back to Facebook, because you guys know we've only been talking about YouTube for like the past ever. Like, that's it. Like, it's always been about YouTube. You guys have asked me about YouTube Shorts, you guys have asked me about long form content, but here I am, Facebook. Now, with this particular Facebook, what I'm doing is taking that same exact content that I upload on YouTube for YouTube Shorts and even for long form content, and I'm posting it on this Facebook platform. Facebook has launched a beta platform for content monetization, and a lot of content creators, yes, are getting into it, and a lot of content creators are earning more money by being in the beta platform for Facebook than they are on YouTube in general, because the CPM rates, the RPM rates are much higher, or just the fact that there's more content on Facebook that goes viral. Where you have as YouTube, where you need to like warm up and the algorithm for you, and you're really beholden by the algorithms. On Facebook, it's more so of a community that you can literally share your content to, and because Facebook has different types of, I guess you say, content that consistently goes viral, the other great benefit to posting on Facebook is the fact that you can repost the same video that you did again without having any repercussions as of now. And this has been the thing with Facebook for a few years now at that. So for instance, if I had a video like that's on one of my channels here, let's say we go to my main channel here, and this video that I just posted, what is it, 21 hours ago, I can post this video probably, I think I would give some time for it. I'll say I'll post this video again in like 15 days, right? Maybe it'll attract a new audience. You know why it's going to attract a new audience? Because I'm going to gain more likes and more followers, and those people aren't necessarily going to see the content that I posted, say today, on their timeline, because Facebook also tries to look at not only trending content, but they also like to have newer content that goes out. Now, that's just one of the major things that's going on with Facebook. Outside of their monetization platform that's going to start paying you for the posts you make, we're talking about whether it's pictures, whether it's stories, whether it's reels, whether it's with in-stream ads that you would get from live stream, or whether it's regular videos, right, that you can post as, like I say, a YouTube video, but you post it on Facebook. Facebook is trying to compete with YouTube and TikTok and all these other platforms to be top dog in 2025. The program's still in beta, and obviously they're opening it up, you know, every single day. They're allowing more and more people to get into it, and we have applied because I took some time to figure out if this was a platform that I personally wanted to reinvest in. Now, full disclosure, I have multiple Facebook pages that I used to run, but here's the main issue. A lot of people, and I should say this already, do not try to rebrand an old Facebook page account and do something new on it. I'm just gonna nip that in the bud. I personally think it's a bad idea. Maybe other people might tell you different, but let me tell you why I believe it's a bad idea, right? I have a page here, which is under the name A Card as well, right? And this page here, as you can see, it says good health and everything. Now it has 5K likes and 5K followers, right? The majority of the people who follow this, like this channel here or this Facebook page here, are mainly my friends. Literally, like my Facebook friends. I had maxed out on how many friends you can have on Facebook, and back in the day I converted my page that was mainly for my friends into like my personal profile into a Facebook page. And this is when I started to really start making a lot of YouTube content, and I needed to make a Facebook page because, you know, there was a lot of people that, you know, followers on your personal profile wasn't really a thing. And I maxed out the amount of friends you can have on Facebook, and so I figured, all right, you know what, let me convert my own profile into a Facebook page and try to grow it from there. And you see, the thing is, the majority of people who I had at that time were all geared towards K-pop. I used to be a K-pop YouTuber, and I had a lot of videos that would go viral, so a lot of people would find me because I use my real name, especially because I use my real name, Michael Smith Grant, when I'm doing a lot of other different projects and work, especially we're talking about novels and other like script writing and other things in the film world itself. So I was always using like my real name, especially when it came across for like, you know, interviews, whether it was with like Vice, New York Times, anything, like any of those things, like back in the days when it came to like the K-pop focus, the K-pop world, right? And so I thought it would be cool just to pick up from there, just to start posting, you know, my anime content once again. But then I realized that I'm getting like no reach, I'm getting no engagement, because the majority of people were geared towards just K-pop. They didn't really care about anything I posted that was related towards, you know, anime. And on Facebook, yes, that hurts you even more than YouTube, because if you have shit engagement on Facebook, your reach for your next post are going to severely be hurt. Okay, let's get that across. It's going to severely be hurt. Now, I have other profiles, once again, that, you know, extend way deeper. Like I have a page that's dedicated to K-pop that has like 10,000 followers, which would trigger a lot of the monetization platform stuff that's needed on Facebook when you go into things like your professional dashboard and stuff like that, for those of you who are trying to get onto this platform. But because Facebook is starting to roll out this content monetization platform, I believe that this is something that you might want to get on, especially if you're thinking about posting on other platforms. Might as well start posting on Facebook, but there's a way specifically that I think people should do it. And that's why I'm utilizing this week's video to talk about it. Facebook is a completely different platform from YouTube. Obviously, we're even talking about the average view duration is way shorter than you would normally get on Facebook than it would be for YouTube. You should not go into this thinking that, hey, you could just post your 10-minute long video straight up to Facebook. It's not going to work out in your favor 9 times out of 10. However, what I have noticed from my research, and this is preliminary research, that 3 minutes is around the sweet spot when you're doing a real video itself. However, you're able to post a lot more on Facebook than you are on YouTube and get away with it without it truly impeding your reach, unless you're just posting stuff that has no interest for your actual audience. Now, I also can run ads on Facebook that target the exact audience that I want to be interacting with my content. We're talking about getting cheap followers in quotation marks, because at the end of the day, you're still using a lot of money. And so let's say I have an ad that's for around $10 a day, maybe $15 a day, and I'm targeting different age groups, and I'm specifically targeting the people who like anime, right? And because that's the type of group that I'm trying to cultivate. Now I can have a much larger reach by targeting people from India, targeting people from Malaysia, the Philippines, the UK, France, where manga is especially pretty big, and of course the US, right? I'm also thinking about the CPM and RPM rates, where I know that the more English speaking countries is where the advertisers are going to want to stick their advertisements on for our videos in the near future. I also do know the value that having followers after doing a video about last week where followers don't matter. Yeah, followers don't matter in necessarily the long run for a lot of people. And on Facebook, it does still have vanity numbers, because you need around 500 followers to get like the basic form of monetization, where it's not like the beta program. But then you need to start having 5,000 followers and then 10,000 followers, and then we need to start talking about like what's the watch time looking like for what you need to get towards some of this monetization goals as well. And for Facebook, a lot of people are going to find it out to be that you need to have 60,000 minutes in order to, along with the follower requirement, and that's just 1,000 watch hours. So a fourth of what is needed for YouTube to be monetized on Facebook. Okay, so with this Facebook monetization, I figured that, all right, I'm already uploading this content on YouTube, might as well use repurpose IO, hint in order to continue to pump out this amount of content. I have I've made thousands of videos already. So all those videos are going to start being posted onto this Facebook account. And what I'll be doing, I'm not going to have as many check-ins for this Facebook account as I do for YouTube, but I will be checking in with you guys so you guys can see the growth of it. Because eventually when this page gets monetized, then we can start comparing what YouTube monetization is going to be versus Facebook monetization. And then we're going to try to get into other monetization platforms like a Snapchat, right? We know, for those people who may not know, like Snapchat, yes, they're still around. And yes, they are still paying creators. There are other people out there who are way smarter than me when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to, Patreon, monetization, and all these other things. And one of my goals is to start bringing those people onto our channel so we can have a conversation with them and basically talk about how, you guys out there who have all these different options, how you can start utilizing these different options to make more money online. Essentially, that's what it comes down to. I'm not a guru or by any stretch of the imagination at all, right? And I'm not pretending to know everything, which I don't. A lot of people most recently are coming to this channel because they seen my video talking about making shorts for 30 days consistently and what consistency can do. But the main goal, that's why I've shifted away, is to focus on trying to grow all of these platforms and grow just my general earnings to say $10,000 a month. That's just been the goal that we're trying to do in public. And of course, we're looking at different ways to do it. But at the end of the day, the goal is to still get to $10,000 a month from what we're trying to build in public. whether it's through our channel here, which is now at what, $32, whether it's through the channel in Card Empire, which has 1,500 subscribers and is almost at $90, right? Or it's through our K-drama channel / Asia drama channel that we're still building up in order to get the amount of watch hours needed to get monetized, particularly on this channel, or get the number of views that's going to be needed for this as well. As you guys can see, we're nowhere near those exact goals, but this is why I like to build in public and show people the process. A lot of people want to keep their data to themselves, and that's perfectly fine. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we've been making different types of content across different mediums, and a lot of people will be like, hey man, just stick to one thing, don't burn yourself out or anything like that. I mentioned before, I know exactly what burnout feels like because I've gone through it. I used to be nicknamed Hiatus X Hiatus after Hunter X Hunter, even though it's really called Hunter Hunter, and that's because I took a lot of hiatuses between the year of 2017 and essentially 2022 when it came to YouTube content, because I would just burn myself out. My first burnout happened in 2014 when I was like going crazy trying to make like 10 videos a day in the K-pop field before I got fucked by the K-pocalypse, and that just was like so debilitating to me that I'm just like, bro, I just lost the revenue source that I was working on. Funny enough, if I was focused on uploading that same amount of content to a Vine or a Facebook page back then, and I just stuck consistent with it, things would be very different from where they are today, right? But this is just the entire journey. This is why I'm talking about, this is just my personal journey of consistently trying to build. Like, look at the different monetization platforms that are available to us. We have YouTube, of course, right? Which is like one of the end all be all, one of the most consistent platforms. Now you have Facebook, which is trying to compete with YouTube, which is great because you have more options to make more money. You have Twitter. It is what it is with that platform, right? Yes, is it a cesspool? Are you making really pennies on the dollar for engagement? Yeah, right. But it's still a place that you can still make money on. You have Patreon, a great place for people who have long form content to post their content on and make money from. Patreon is one of the best apps to me, period, in 2025. And so if you make long form content, then you should be considering to post on Patreon. You have Twitch, live streaming, right? That's one of the best ways and best experiences to grow. Sure, it's a bitch to grow on Twitch. We know this. You don't grow while you're streaming. So you have to have all these other social media platforms to fall back on in order to grow. We have TikTok. I just joined the TikTok creativity beta program in January because I just decided to post like 2 videos, and lo and behold, those two videos went viral. And I said, you know what? I'll post on TikTok more. Now I have repurposed, IO, and I could just press the button and that video immediately goes to TikTok. It also goes to Facebook. So there's going to be a world pretty soon where I'm going to have all these different ways to monetize my content, and we're going to be earning revenue from all these different platforms. Like I said, I'm looking into Snapchat right now. There's Instagram where we can do sponsored posts and stuff like that. So I'm building right now these systems, and I want to start to stabilize these systems over the course of the next couple of weeks, especially when I'm in Japan next month. And as we head into the summer, I want to make sure that we have a much stronger foundation. Right now, this Facebook page that you guys are looking at has 188 likes and 217 followers. I'm gonna refresh because a lot of people probably followed since then. All right, we got 1 like and 1 new follow, right? This page is most likely going to have 10,000 followers by the end of May, if not by the beginning of June, right? That's like one of my goals, especially because we're running ads, and I'm going to be taking like notes of how much money I'm going to be spending running ads so people could get an idea of whether my ads were, truly working as intended, or if I was just wasting money. The same thing when I'm using Fiverr, when I'm hiring people to do these like thumbnails and everything. I'm going to have all of this in a document coming soon. For those of you who are interested in anything that I've been talking about, whether it's Facebook today or YouTube, I have my Discord, which I've made public in the description bar down below. So you guys can join the Discord. You can hit up the creator chat that I made. There's other topics in the Discord like wrestling, K-pop, anime, that people can interact with, and also, you know, gaming. But eventually what I'm going to do is make I mentioned this in like my video yesterday. I'm going to start making things a lot more streamlined, especially when it comes to these videos that are intended to, you know, help other creators who may be in a position like me and work with productivity and start to really enhance their workflow. I know there's a lot of people that might have questions when it comes to Facebook because the only thing they've been thinking about is YouTube. So expect some of the next few videos to start talking about Facebook, and I will start linking other content creators that absolutely make a lot of great videos related to this topic itself. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this particular video, and if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below or join the Discord. And with that said, folks, I'll be catching you guys for another video tomorrow, so stay tuned. You already know. Doses.